Hello and welcome once again to the Ginásio Jose Correa in Sao Paulo. Day 2 action in Pool 4 of the brand new Volleyball Nations League competition. Brazil against Japan. And after the seismic shock of the host defeat to Germany in this arena 24 hours ago, Zé Roberto's squad need to deliver. They really have to get a result tonight to avoid the home leg of the preliminary round becoming absolutely disastrous for them. On paper, it's straightforward, but then again, they hadn't lost to Germany in 16 years before yesterday, and then look what happened. So this first match out on court will be absolutely fascinating. So we're watching the two squads arriving into the arena here. There are group squads for the entire preliminary round competition, if you will, of 20 plus names, and they're trimmed down to 14 week by week. So these are the women who want to get Brazil off to the best possible start, and that is 2 from 3 in terms of victories after the upset at the hands of the Germans. Japan defeated in straight sets in their opener, well beaten in truth as well by Serbia. So our teams limbering up here ahead of day 2 action. This is the world round, if you will, the intercontinental round. 4 preliminary pools, 4 teams each, and then these teams will jet around the world to complete the first phase of the competition. The overall aim is to reach the final 6. The final round. That will happen in Nanjing in China in early July. So, of course, you can afford to lose a couple, but not too many. And Brazil started in the most unexpected fashion with the rarest of things, and that's a home defeat. Hadn't been beaten by Germany in 16 years before yesterday. But Brazil lead their head-to-head record against Japan 53-14, and there's no doubt that the Japanese will be well followed, well supported in Sao Paulo here. So Jaque Pereira is a versatile player, wing spiker, and today wearing the blue of the libero. And autographs being signed. Roberta Radska is the skipper of this squad. 85 international appearances, and she is the most capped player in this grouping. And you're looking there at Tandara Caixeta, top scorer in match 1, but that means very little in terms of the overall outcome and what happened on the other side of the net. So we're looking at the head-to-head record then between Brazil and Japan. 53 of the previous 67 major world-level encounters have been won by the Brazilians. But Japan have won their last 2 meetings with Brazil at the major world-level tournaments, as many as they managed in the 33 prior to this mini-run, this purple patch. Tandara, the most prolific point scorer for Brazil. Then in the otherwise disappointing opening encounter. As we go through the pre-match rituals. There she is, Tandara, 29-year-old wing spiker. They rattled in 16 points for the home nation against the Germans, but they weren't quite firing on the outsides. So those 16 points, but it was the all-round performance that was somewhat lacking for the Brazilians. We also saw Ana Beatriz with 13. Tandara 16 attacks, 16 points. As far as the Japanese were concerned against the Serbians, Arisa Inoue top scored. She notched 12 points in that straight sets defeat. She only played in 2 of those sets though. So pro rata, she was the top performing Japanese. But you always feel that they're always a little bit lacking in terms of the physicality, the Japanese. They're not the tallest squad and certainly not the most robust either. But it's a combination game, of course. The power and the poise required is what you need in women's indoor volleyball. And a familiar part of the pre-match routine is the pausing for the national anthems.
And now, traditional anthem of Brazil. E agora, o hino nacional do Brasil.
That's the Brazilian way. They fade out the music and allow the crowd to fill in the end of the anthem. But Japan might feel at home here. Not only is Brazil home to the largest Japanese community outside of Japan, Sao Paulo is the center of it, with an estimated 1.5 million Japanese or Brazilians of Japanese origin living here in this vast city of some 12 million people. So you're looking at referees Yuri Ramirez chair referee here from the Dominican Republic. And he'll be assisted by Lourdes Perez of Cuba down on the ground. The busy old month and a half for the officials as well as the teams as they jet around the globe, desperate to be part of the final 6 in Nanjing, China. And history is there to be made for someone here, the winners of the first ever edition of the Volleyball Nations League for women. A brand spanking new competition organised by the FIVB, following on from the World Grand Prix, which was organised in a similar format but had fewer teams involved. This is an expanded competition with 16 nations competing, and they will be whittled down to those final 6. So, squad members being introduced to the crowd. Know each other pretty well, but that doesn't stop the high 10s. Serena Koga comes out there, the wing spiker, followed by Yuki Ishii, threat on the wings for the Japanese. Had a birthday last week, turned 27, a multiple title winner club level and an Asian Championship silver medalist with the national team. Maya Okamura, limited court time in the opening match against the Serbians, middle blocker. So the roster for week 1 of the Nations League for Japan. Home-based players all. Kumi Nakada, head coach, says really they're gearing up for the World Championships. Will be staged at home in Japan later in the year. And another staging post on the road to that will be the Asian Games in August. They'll be realistic about their prospects here. But they are facing a wounded team in Brazil. And there she is, Kumi Nakada, assisted by Ferhat Akbas, more than capable Turkish assistant. Now this is when we hear the noise as the Brazilians are paraded. Gabi Guimarães there with Roberta Silva, Amanda, 6 points in the first match. The defeat to Germany. It's Gabi again. Adanicia de Silva will be there alongside her sister Ana Carolina de Silva. It's Amanda Francisco of Rexona. So a slightly tweaked starting 6 there for the Brazilians. They're full of beans, full of energy. They just need a little bit more composure than we saw against the Germans. Ana Beatriz Correa of Osasco, middle blocker. And on the right there, massively decorated, massively successful, the coach, Zé Roberto. Sue Ellen, a wonderful addition to this Brazilian squad over the course of the last 18 months, wearing the blue of the libero. So she is the defensive specialist. She can only operate backcourt here for Brazil. And the Japanese starting without a libero. They have Akane Yamagishi and Katoa Inui in that role. So Inui is versatile. She's wearing the blue today. So there's the starting 6 for the Japanese. Just one change from the starting 6 from yesterday. They nearly took it to 4 sets. The Japan that were edged out of it right at the last. What was it, 21 all against the Serbians in that 3rd set, and then they folded, and that superior experience from Serbia just came through, and we saw a straight sets defeat. So last out on court last night, and then first out here today against their Brazilian hosts, Japan. First match of the second day in Pool 4 of the FIVB Volleyball Nations League for women underway then, with Japan serving against Brazil here in Sao Paulo. Inui sets that straight to the opposite libero, Suellen. And the attempted tip, which doesn't find its target, but the first points goes the way of the Brazilians. Fault. Did that foot go entirely over the line? Just a clip on the net, wasn't there, on the way down from Aika Agutagawa, who didn't feature at all on day one. Swerve on the serve, and Yuki Ishii couldn't deal with it. Look at the way it twists, turns in flight. Serve coming in from Adenisia de Silva. And she'll try for the same again here. It wasn't a good set, and it pretty much results in a free ball here, and that went a little long. They want the touch. Tandara in familiar mode on the outside, just swinging one down. It looked like a clean out there. And does that tell us anything new? I'm sure there was a touch. No. It's been awarded to Brazil. But the serve lands in the net. And that's why you need the assistance of the video. It's almost impossible to tell if the attacking shot clips the fingernail of the defensive player on the other side of the net. There's the set. Tip was defended. Here it comes again, and that's more like it. Tandara. No need to look at the video that time. Nice reverse set. And she thumps that down into the knees of Arisa Inui. Strong start. Of course, Brazil took that first set against the Germans and then lost 3 on the bounce. Japan have done well to defend and keep this rally live. Again, was there a touch off the block? It was certainly out. The swing came in from Amanda Francisco. Good block to begin with, and decent reactions from Kotoe Inui. Clean out. Serve comes from Akutagawa. Got it to the outside. And it'll be 4-3. Net touch. And the serve gifted straight back. Service fault. It's just frustrating, no other word for it. And, you give back the serve in that fashion, wasn't even close to landing inside the baseline. Couldn't find the way down there, Koga, and the attack is finished off in pretty emphatic style by Gabi. Standing wide of the outside line, and then she times that lead well to swing it. 6-3 Brazil. There's the set. This will take some defense. Free ball though. And they've got to make this pay, and they do. Nicely worked for Yuki Ishii. Good improvisation as well, yeah. Defensive sense from Tandara. And Amanda just manages to scoop that high and back into play. 6-4. Brazil's favour, but Japan on serve. Backcourt pipe, well blocked. Another set. And that's good stuff from Japan. Serena Koga being used to great effect on the outside. Good set as well for Koga, just nail that. Just have the floating serves to Japan, indicative of their play as a whole. Perhaps operating at 80% in terms of the inferior firepower to the other teams in this group, and indeed other teams they will face throughout this preliminary round of the Nations League. Brazil leads 7-5 here. Blind shot over the net came in from Ade. Good rally. Now, was there a touch off the block? I don't think there was from the shot from Serena Koga. Defense from Beatriz.
Isso é que precisa, fechar na frente dela. Ah, mas tá isso aí. Oh, não esquece de tentar descer.
So Brazil have got themselves into the lead. Set one here against the Japanese. Lovely shot, and it was the right move as well. Great decision making up at the net there. She disguised that quite beautifully. Look, in it comes. There they go. On the outside, just disguising the attack. And it's a quite delightfully dropped in shot by Kanami Toshiro. Koga serving here for Japan. Straightforward set. Wow, there was immense power on that from Ade. Comes off the outside of that right palm. Oh, lashed it. That's what can be achieved with that low set and the quick forearm swing. Well, I don't think it's a surprise here that Japan are requesting this challenge. And they were right to, because it's out. Goodness knows how you're able to make that correct call without the video assistance and our friends at Hawkeye. Gabby's shot blocked. And off the block again. Sue Ellen, brilliant from the libero, and that's a terrific kill at the net. Japan just playing their way into this. Kotoe Inui will rightfully get lauded for that. Two of them at the net. Off the block, and Brazil just nudged back into the lead. Tandara. Well, she found height from the standing starting position there. But still, there was enough fizz in that shot. So 9-8 here. Reverse set. Good finish. Llewellyn will have to pop this back up, which he manages. Free ball. Good defense there from Brazil. Backcourt pipe, and it's long. And they were right to leave it there and watch it come through the forest of bodies there, Japan. Llewellyn scooping it back into play. That's where they had to finish. But Amanda, they couldn't manage it. They'll try to get it now. Anicia de Silva, Ade getting that one right. (10-9). Nice and tight in this first set. That's a lovely block at the net. Great little run from Ade. Kept under wraps for that first match against Germany. There is no way that Brazil will entertain the idea of losing 2 world-level matches in a row. It hasn't happened. Successive defeats in world-level matches since the 2012 Olympics for Brazil. That was a 3-1 defeat to the United States. Straight sets lost to Korea. They still went on to win the Olympic gold medal that year in London. Of course, in these round-robin affairs, you can lose. But it's important not to slip into the rut.
Remember, for both sides, they open parallel. So you can make parallel, okay, as much as possible, quick or block out. Remember, for both sides, they fly at blocking. They fly at blocking. Okay, so quick swing and catch the ball lower. Okay? Okay, your team is always good.
Brazil leading in this first set. It's 12-9 here in front of their own supporters against Japan. Oh, that was a lovely idea. Did she get it? Well, that's one of the trick shots. Look at this. Beautiful awareness. Difficult to anticipate and to get down and have a look at where that landed. It's caught the line. That is pretty much the perfect reverse tip. Well played. Japan staying on serve here. More power in the service delivery that time. Good block. Well, just like the Germans 24 hours ago, the Japanese are beginning to see their fear evaporate. Nice set. Tandara in. The reverse set, and that familiar outcome of Tandara swinging one down. That was wide. There's an opportunity there. There's a very good opportunity because there was a gap that Arisa Inoue failed to exploit. Look at that down the line here. She was way off. But those two defenders moved over to narrow down her angle, to shut the door almost, and it worked. So Brazil back into a lead of 3. That reverse set again. Need to kill off those opportunities when they get them. Double touch. Tandara again. And they got a blocker up to it. There's the Brazilian rotation. Now 1. Japan just edging back. Just over 81 kilometers an hour is the spike speed. But some of the Serbian ladies can go, what, 20 kilometers more powerful than that. Double touch there, didn't it? 15-14 anyway. Japan one adrift here. Useful block, and that's poaching right on top of the net. Romana Beatriz, without wearing 20, she read that all the way. Something of a tap-in, but it still needed converting. So we have another timeout here. Amanda to serve here for Brazil. 16-14, first set. Good defense. Oh, they were scrambling and stretching and couldn't quite defend to the full there, the Brazilians. First it was Tandara and then Roberta. Not enough reach to spoon that back over her head and into play. Japan back to within 1. Good block. Well played, Japan. Tandara steaming through from the back court there. And it looked for all the world like she was going to kill that. That's a great block. It really is from Okamura. We level. 16-all. Not for long. Japan just give up the advantage, and that momentum just shifts back the other side of the net. Great defense there from the Japanese. They'll have another go at it. Oh, once again, Brazil's blocking at the net. Absolutely spot on. Well, it took 3 goes, but finally Koga managed to find a route down. Japan have the point. Lovely high dig there from Kotoe Inui. Inui with that serve, and that's a miss. Well, that goes into the unforced errors column, and from the captain as well, Roberta. You don't have to guess too much what Zé Roberto's thinking. He wears his colours, he wears his emotions firmly on his sleeve.
Que a gente perde a saída de jogo. Calma. Mesma situação, outra coisa. Se o dedinho não estiver bem posicionado, bem colocado, vai entrar. É o que eu estou dizendo o tempo inteiro, Tandy. A bola saiu curta, você tem que ir para a linha. Não pode ficar dentro da quadra mais. Tem que ir para a linha. Mas vai bater, vai pegar. Mas elas são assim, tem que ter paciência por isso. E o ritmo, bora. Vai.
So it's Japan, all of a sudden with the lead. 18-17 here in Sao Paulo. Better. More clinical that from Brazil, from Gabi. Just comes off the top of that block as Ganami Toshiro stretches high. That's settled the Brazilians once again. 18 all now. A critical time in this first set. There's the downward. Now Brazil all of a sudden have the chance, and Tandara very, very long and wide too, and the best you can hope for there is a touch off the block. She was too high with it, and that's not even close, is it, from Tandara? Doesn't get over the spike enough. And if anything, it's clipped the fingernails. The verdict is no touch. That's what the Brazilians were looking for, because that would have enabled them to win that point. But it was a clean out from Tandara. So Japan lead. That was dug out. Again, good use of that tip at the net. It's such a good looking shot when it comes off. So 19 all, they brought it back level, and crucially have the serve with Gabriela Braga Guimarães. Gabi. Got it to the outside. Wow, there was a whole lot of room to aim for there for Arisa Inui down the line. Brazilian position one just steps up, and too much in court there, Adek. 2019 for Japan. All of a sudden they have the opportunity here. She's done it again. Arisa Inui. Got that outside position working well here. Be just see her backtracking to move outside of the sideline to get ready for the set. It came, and she conquered. But immediately, Brazil get the serve back. That's why. Roberta on serve. Oh, that time in that outside position, it was Yuki Ishii. She couldn't continue in the footsteps there of Inoue. It's a good block here. Not the tallest, but they got their two tall blockers in front of her. Chandara at 1m84. Towers above the 162. Inoue. Reverse sets, and off the block, it's the Japanese who edge closer. Within 3 now of taking this first set. They go back into the lead at 22-21. They're closing in on half an hour's play. Reverse set, Tandara back in the game. Thumped that through the gap. Well, it's a terrifically placed shot in between Inoue and Toshiro. Split-second calculations you need to make during the jump and then the swing. Being able to read the shifting steps of the backline players on the opposite side of the net. So this is very, very tense here. Macris freshly on for the Brazilians. It's a nice deep serve. Macris defends it. Back over the net it comes. They get it wide, and they get the score as well with Koga. Japan within 2 now. Manage it first time round. So 81 kilometers an hour, so not the quickest we're going to see, but it doesn't need to be if it's well placed. Sari Takashi now with the serve. Japan 23-22. Reverse set, tip, well dug out. Japan with an opportunity now. Well, that could have been left, but Japan have killed that at the net again, and they have set point. Who would have thought this? Brazil on the verge of losing 4 sets in a row. Remember, they won the first against Germany, lost the next 3, and now they're staring down the barrel here in the opening set, in this second match for them, first match on day 2.
Mantém lá, mantém lá. Mesma coisa do meio, sai do fundo pelo meio você. Atenção só quando eles vão rodar. Você tá demorando muito pra jogar lá, Rô. Bora, bora, bom passe, Rô, sai do fundo da mão.
Big moment for Japan and for Brazil, but a different type of big moment. We're in defensive mode here. Now it turns to attack, and it came long from the backcourt pipe, and it was a clean out as well. Surely they're not going to challenge that, are they? Too many missed attempts, missed spikes in that first set from the Brazilians. And from all people, it was Tandara. It didn't miss by much, but it did miss. Amazingly, Brazil have lost 4 consecutive sets now on days 1 and 2 in their own event in the Volleyball Nations League. Japan have taken it 25-22. So the Japanese, on the back of that straight sets defeat to Serbia on day 1, have come out fighting here against Brazil. Tight first set, no question. 12 spikes to 11 there in Japan's favour. Opponent errors, not much in that either. So Japan with more than the Brazilians, but they've been more clinical with their opportunities up high over the net than their hosts. Remarkable stuff, really. The Brazilians, whilst no one would suggest that complacency is an issue with them, they will have looked at the quality of opposition in this pool and have balanced that with the fact that they're at home, albeit in a relatively unfamiliar venue. We don't often see the big events when Brazil hosts them coming to Jose Correa in Sao Paulo, but nevertheless can be an intimidating atmosphere. A team with such loud support as the Brazilians playing at home. But Germany and now the Japanese are just refusing to bow down. Brazil starting the second set then. Japan having taken the first here. Match day 2, pool 4 of the first edition of the Volleyball Nations League for women. Again, a lot of empty space just inside that baseline. The back court there for Brazil. Look at all that room that she had to aim for, Yuki Ishii. That's a good finish. Tandara on the left wing that time. Hits that down. Important to get one of those in reasonably early in the set. Just enables you to rediscover the rhythm almost. Brazil back on serve at 1-1 and quickly into the lead also. Good rally. Chance for the kill. And a decent block, but not quite good enough. Yeah, it seemed to be a net clip there, so Japan will have one back here. Well, in total, Japan have now lost 4 of their last 5 major world-level matches. The exception being the 3-2 win over Brazil at the Grand Champions Cup last year. So the statistical histories are always full of quirks and little sort of odd moments, blips on the graph. 4-2 Brazil. Useful set. And a double block as well, doing its job. Oh, better from Brazil, way better in defensive mode. They've really tuned in here. Roberta sets it, and Tandara gets it down. They just seem to have refocused here, the Brazilians. Double blocking at the net to great effect, and then Tandara, well, she couldn't get it through that double defense just the other side of the net there from Japan, but didn't need to, because there was enough force in the shot. Nice set, and it's dug out by Drusilla Costa. Tip back into play. Oh, that's a wonderful shot, well dug out. Toshiro thought she'd won the point there for Japan. Well, finally she does. 2 attempts in quick succession there for Kanami Toshiro. Excellent defense on both sides of the net here so far in this second set. Well, Toshiro thought she'd done enough to kill that. Great dig out though. Roberta sets. Nice strong finish. Free ball though for the Brazilians. They're tight in on the net here. And does that come off the block? The attempt from Amanda. 2 of them went up. She didn't go for power here. She just tried to nudge it over the top. It's the slightest touch. Didn't connect at all well with that. So Japan back on serve. Serena Koga. Reverse sets. The power play from Tandara. Thrusts that across court, and it's a winner. +100 Ks. Nice tip into the net, but over again. Sue Ellen coming into play there for the Brazilians. And that's a rather flat attempt over the net from Inoue. Back we come again. Great rally this, and that's a very good finish indeed from Okamura. She adjusted her footwork brilliantly there, Okamura. And she gets that gap in between Sue Ellen and Drusilla Costa. Lands it. That result yesterday, Germany beating Brazil 3-1. I wonder what effect that has had on the Japanese psyche coming into day 2 here, because if we'd seen an opening day win for the Brazilians, as was certainly expected, not even straight set, 3-1 or something like that, as pretty much everyone who knows anything predicted, then you might have seen the Japanese being a little bit more reticent here, but not a bit of it. Roberta, reverse set, off the block, straightforward point for the Brazilians. Ana Beatriz claims. And the touch takes it wheeling over the outstretched arms of Maya Okamura. Brazil point. Brazil on serve in this second set. Tip again, dug out. This third touch has got to come over. It comes high, the free ball as they all reset. Anyone's rally. Japan with the advantage right there until the block. Now Brazil have just got to hold on to this. Over it came. That was terrific defense there from Tandara. Even she quite expected to make that. Brazil did extremely well to win that point. But the serve immediately moves back to the other side of the net. Reverse set, tip. Brilliant again. They're showing all their finesse, these Japanese players. They know they haven't got the thrust of other teams in this group, so they try to kill you softly. Way long, Tashiro. Very wide. Is she just coming in from the sideline to swing one? She just is a little bit fortunate there, catching Tandara off balance. Just flicks off that bending right leg of Tandara. So Japan back on serve now. Roberta reverse sets it. A ping that flew back over the net. Using the power on the spike to bounce all the way out the other side. Nice attempt from Katoe Inui. 11-8, Brazil. Just a nudge over the top. Suellen sets, Tandara off the block, gets there. And they had a backcourt station as well with Inoue, the libero there, so Tandara will be perfectly happy that they got the point off the block. It's a service fault though, straight away from Ade. Well, it's contagious. The error's off the serve. It goes into the unforced error column. 13-9. All of a sudden, Brazil with a lead of 4 in this second set. Gisela Costa. There's the set. Well defended. There's a chance here for Tandara to try and finish it. Oh, just a little bit off balance moving into the net. And the clip which gives the point to the Japanese here. Tandara knows that was loose and sloppy. Roberta sets, came all the way through and was way wide. Point off the block is what they will want there. It might have been 2. Inoue and then Ishii behind her. Well, I think that actually fizzed past Ishii. It didn't matter because it had already had contact off the first Japanese blocker. Another set, backcourt pipe, no power in it though. Loose play on both sides of the net. Another wonderfully disguised tip from Yuki Ishii that time. Look at that, brilliantly disguised. Yuki Ishii just edges up. 5th point of the match for her. Koga top scores presently for Japan. Serena Koga with 7. Inevitably, it's Tandara topping the points column individually for Brazil with 11. That's another stat, this time for the unforced errors and the mistakes on serve. Five errors made by Brazilians, 6 by Japanese. There have been moments of quality here. What we do know is Brazil have a decent lead. 16-11. The Ginásio Jose Correa in Sao Paulo. Brazil, though, a set down. Tandara, one of their power players, serving. Blocking at the net, and the roar goes up. They love that kind of excitement, this crowd. There's the tip. Well, taking a leaf out of the Japanese book. Nice reverse, and Ana Beatriz comes in to finish it. Mixing it up. Brazil there with a tip shot from Ana Beatriz.
For her, they are almost like this at block position. Her left arm is going that way. Okay? So see the best zone parallel as much as possible. Okay, so sometimes the ball is quick, so they are late, so you can go also 6. Sharp angle, they close. Okay, if they come perfect, always tip is good. Always tip behind, good, okay?
Well, the man you can hear talking and being translated by Kumi Nakada is Ferhat Akbas, a 32-year-old Turk, who highly regarded coach. 4 years ago, when he was just 28, appointed head coach of the Turkish team, which won the gold medal at the 2014 Women's European Volleyball League. Strong blocking from the Brazilians, right on top of the net there, and again! And that's the perfect outcome for them. Ana Beatriz possibly with the last touch there. Well, no, I think rather it was, is it Roberta? Whatever, doesn't matter, does it? As long as you get that point, as long as you're able to land the block, get the kill. And Brazil now are looking good in this second set to level the match up at 1 set apiece. Reverse set, and Japan do well to bring it back to 12s. And nicely spotted by Okamura. Flat serve from Japan. Roberta. And Amanda finishes. At 91 kilometers an hour, thrusting it downwards and into Sarina Koga. Can't scoop that up and keep the rally live. There's the set, great defense from Sue Ellen. Oh, that's a wonderful deep tip. Back over we come, and the joust which sees Japan win out. Do have some measure of prowess at the net, the Japanese. Certainly with finishes like that. Japan, though, still playing catch-up in this second set. Down by 6. Reverse set. Thump from Ana Beatriz. She might get another chance here to block it. Well, it's that familiar combination. Ana Beatriz and Roberta. And they can start seriously thinking now about set number 3. Very much like this second set is going the way of the Brazilians. On serve here at 20-13. To nick off the net. Takes the sting out of the initial delivery. Japan with their side out. Free ball. Oh, she's grounded, but she's able to make the dig out there. Amanda at back court. There she is again. Great defense from Brazil. Tandara now. Can't find the angle to get the downward shot, finally off the block. The point comes from Ade. Great defense there earlier in that rally. And I don't think they had any right to expect to win that rally there, the Brazilians. But it was brilliant from Amanda. Position 6 here. Not once, not twice. She manages the dig. Off the block, Japan have another point back. Move back to within 6 here. But still, it's Brazil in command of set 2. Deeper serve that time from the Japanese, but Roberta reverses it, and in comes Drusilla Costa. Great awareness from Brazil. Amanda can't finish it. Back it comes, and agonizingly for the Brazilians, that's just bounced out from Ade. In fact, it was Tandara just ahead of her. Could have dropped anywhere, that. Unfortunately, the Brazilians was out. High set. And that's a clean out, I'm afraid, from Amanda. And that's where you want the Tandaras to be, in that outside hitter position. Amanda moving round in the rotation.
Que a gente tem que tomar com a mão de fora. Esquadro, mas esse é o plano. Tá com a levantadora lá, vai dar alto, vai tocar na mão dela. Tá? Não força, pula ela com calma, jogou para trás, mete a saída. O importante é fazer mais fácil.
So the lead is 5 here, as Brazil close in on the winning of this second set. Need 3 more. Got to get their side out first. It was a deep-looking serve, which they elected to play. Tandara absolutely swings that, finds Ishii, who can't keep the attack going, keep the rally going. So Brazil tiptoe closer. Tandara, oh, wonderfully acrobatic, and a net touch. That's given Brazil the set point. I'll have to try for it again. Nowhere near dropping in the backcourt line from Amanda. Good serve that from Tominaga. Free ball. Suellen scoops that high over the net. Now Japan will move it out to the outside, and a lovely kill off the block to deliver this second set for Brazil. That ties up the match. Japan would have been confident of winning that rally and saving, what, another set point, their second. But they reckoned without that excellent block. Who is it that gets hands on it finally? Sandara. No, it's not. It's Ana Beatriz, isn't it? Who scoops that down, gets the angle on the block as well as fulfilling job number one, and that was getting the defensive touch, blocking the shot. So that stopped the rot. Brazil who'd lost 4 sets in a row, spread across 2 days. Yesterday's 3 against Germany and the opener here against Japan, but they have levelled up this match at 1 set apiece. So, story of the second set then, won by Brazil by 7. And more errors from the home team than their Japanese opponents. A couple of crucial blocks. Those 9 spikes to 8, so pretty close. See the serve placement from the Brazilians just coming in a little bit past the 3-meter line, not forcing the Japanese back on their heels too much. But a sense really of normality, if you will, has been returned to this arena in Sao Paulo after yesterday and the Germany defeat, and then Japan taking the opening set here. Last time the Japanese started a major world level tournament with consecutive defeats 4 years ago at the World Grand Prix. They lost their first 5 matches that year actually, but went on to finish second in that competition. So you get a sense of the need to time your competition, to manage it. Brazil against Japan at the Ginásio Jose Correa, set 3 then. 1 set all. And an immediate mistake off the serve. Kanami Toshiro. So that's Brazil with a side out straight away. Ana Beatriz with their first serve of this third set. Came a little bit wide. Really, it would have been a shout for a leave there, but they elected to keep it in play. Turned out to be the right decision. This will be 2/3 of this pool completed at the end of tonight's matches. Remember, we have Germany against Serbia up next. We've already seen back-to-back victories for Russia in their home leg in Yekaterinburg. After yesterday's 3-1 win over Argentina, they repeated the trick against Thailand a little earlier. Also the Dutch in that pool, Pool 1, beating Argentina. Pool 2, that's happening in Ningbo in China. Chinese have been perfect so far, straight sets victories over both the Dominican Republic and then earlier today Belgium. Belgium having beaten South Korea also, and then South Korea beating the Dominican Republic. We have 2 more matches to come, also in Pool 3. That's happening in Nebraska, at Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln in the United States. Host nation there beat Poland yesterday 3-1. Straight sets win for Turkey over Italy. The US play Turkey a little later. Poland play Italy. Bright, confident start to this third set here from the Japanese. Brazilians back on serve though, 2-3. Nice high set and a very good finish from Koga. In to swing it down. And that's the problem when that backcourt defender steps in. All it takes is a pace in court. It leaves that whole channel free for the attacking player to try and land a spike. Tandara went deep with that. No-nonsense swipe back over the net there from Amanda. Good rally this. Brazil will try to make the most of the free ball. Off the block again. Oh, terrific digging again from Inui. Japan have done really well for the continuation here. Roberta now with a set. It's reversed. Sue Ellen scoops it back up. Fabulous rally. Who's going to blink first? Well, the Brazilians. They've done well to work it. Japan back over to Koga. The whole team working together as one there. Not to be sniffed at. A rally of such quality. 34 seconds. Tandara, nice and high. Amanda can't find the backcourt. One point in it. Straight into the net. So Japan back to 2 up. Serve comes from Koga. Good continuation. And Roberta can't dig that up and keep it going. The hands a little bit slow in coming up to try and defend there, Roberta. Down we go. Ana Beatriz. Quick shot, really, because the moment the ball is in the arms, ready to be set by Roberta, Ana Beatriz is setting herself. Fine kill, right at the net again. All of a sudden, Ana Beatriz is stepping into the spotlight here for Brazil. Over to help Roberta. Although that second defender coming over to cover might not make the kill, might not execute the block, it just gives the attacking player something else to think about, doesn't it? This maybe puts a little bit of doubt in the mind. It's a nice set. Suellen digs it out. She's been excellent, I have to say, in the time she spent on court, Suellen, for Brazil. Tandara just blitzes that against the outside arm of Saori Takahashi. Nice bit of force in that serve. It was a really good serve. And there's been precious little of that, really, from Brazil thus far. Power on it, it swings, and that's what troubled Ishii. Timeout. Almost had no right to win that point, did they, to take the second set, the Brazilians? But could be something of a turning point in the match as a whole. Japan level it up. Third set, 8-all. Was going to land inside the sideline there. Didn't matter where it was going to land because Suellen got in the way. Roberta sets it. Amanda can't finish. Ah, that's a very good block again from Roberta. She's the captain in this Brazilian squad, Roberta Silva Ratska. She's been given the responsibility by Jose Roberto Guimarães, the coach, Zé Roberto, because she has next to no world-level competition experience. Delightful dab. Make it look so easy with Haruyuga Shimamura in for the finish there. There's the sets, and look at that. Just placement and nice weight on it. By a whisker, the ball was out. Well, Tandara 16 against Germany. Already she's got 17 points to her name in this match. The rest of this set, another, well, maybe 2 to come. Nice finish. Disguised hit. In the end, it was Takahashi for the kill. Takahashi finishes it. There's the disguise from Shimamura just in front of it. Ten-all. Oh, Roberta was alert there at the net. There's the reverse set. Back over it comes. Good defense, you have to say that, from Adenisa de Silva. And then Tandara trying to scoop. Just took a downward touch off the net here. The attacking shot from Ishii. And the Serbians inside the arena, looking forward to their match, their second match in this competition against Germany later. Tandara winding one up, giving the hammer again. Tip didn't find its way over the net. We'll have another go at it. Then the finish. They're all getting in on the act now. That time, Drusilla Costa. Just off the net. Not enough power on that initial attack from Japan. And then Drusilla steps across to thump it. Roberta, nice deep serve. Oh, that's a good finish, it really is. Ishii swiping it. Again, making those split-second calculations, just working out where everyone is stepping to on the other side of the net and then finding the path of least resistance. Roberta ran off the block. Brazil back scoring, so they will have the serve back at 13-12. It is nip and tuck all the way through this third set. Drusilla Costa, as she defends it. And they've done well to keep that live there, Japan, but surely there's going to be a finish here from Brazil, and there is. It's delivered by Amanda. Well, Japan did well to continue that rally for as long as they did with Koga's defense. And they just about got back into position by the time the spike came down. It hit Takahashi but dribbled away.
And remember your tip. Okay? Okay, better serve, better serve.
Brazil defending really well. And she's not got that one right, Tandara. And she knows there wasn't a touch off the block as well on the way through. Well, it goes down as a clear miss, this, because she had it set exactly where she would have wanted it. Maybe there was no run-up, but would certainly have been confident of landing an opportunity like that, Tandara. Just halfway up the net, that serve, so immediately the side out for Brazil. They're back to leading by 2. Anyway, the libero on for Japan now. There's a joust. Defended. And they try to isolate the blocker, although Brazil, 3 bodies across there by the time the spike came in. That's with Roberta behind that front 2 in the defensive positions. Japan have done well to make that. They're back on serve. Mini rally, a mini comeback here from Japan at 15 all. 3rd set. Tandara off the block. That'll do. Sari Takahashi not able to get contact on it. Joined in that defensive formation by Mai Okamura. Another timeout here. It's pretty tense in this middle section of set 3. Good defense from Brazil. Tip over the top. Tandara defends. Free ball. Reverse set. Japan still can't kill it. They're going to have another go. Reverse set that time. Now then, can Sue Ellen get there? No, she can't. That's way away. Touch on it. A useful touch to begin with from Ana Beatriz, but from that point on, the Brazilians were playing catch-up in that rally. And it just sort of pings off the palms of Amanda. No way Sue Ellen was retrieving that. A waste of a serve from Mari Horikawa. Certainly at this stage. She's not been immune to immediately handing the advantage back to the opposition. Amanda lands that serve in. Reverse set. Oh, it just bounced in. It was the wrong kind of leave from Yuki Ishii. Well, she was well within range there. She could have kept that going. She could have defended it. Well, does that go down as a sort of lapse in communication there between Yuki Ishii and Saori Takahashi? Maybe it does. Brazil won't mind. All of a sudden they find themselves too clear. Amanda, that's a better, stronger, deeper serve. Takahashi blocked at the net, backcourt pipe. They'll try again with Takahashi. That's a great dig once more from Sue Ellen. Drusilla Costa tips. Somehow they've dug that out. Roberta, reverse set. Now it's the Japanese libero's turn to defend well. And that bounces just inside the sideline. Good point that for Japan. They just about made it. Oh, that close. That downward slice off the top of the net. Just managed to spin it past Sue Ellen. No, 18-17 here. Came flat over the net from Kanami Tashiro. Tashiro again, reverses it. Ishii can't find the court. Tip, good defense. And was that off the block from Shimamura? I think it was a clean out. They're challenging. Shimamura trying to land the shot. The Brazilians wheeled away as if to say, well, we had nothing to do with that. And you can see it just comes off the fingernails, doesn't it? So there was a touch, and therefore it will be a Japan point. So Japan back on service. High set, third touch has to come over. And it's work deep from Ana Beatriz. Japan edge into the lead. 19-18 now. Coming towards the business end of this third set.
Puxa o passe mais para lá, não centraliza, puxa ele para lá. A Bia na China, Lucila Bela tentando ela por meio. É uma situação, bora. Não centraliza ela. Bora, paciência, bora.
So that prolific Japanese community in Brazil, and certainly here in Sao Paulo, enjoying the party. Japan with their noses in front here. Set 3 at 1-all. Tashiro on serve for Japan. Tandara, high one, back over the net. There's the straightforward combination. Close on the sideline. This will give us an idea of whether it was in or out. Good foot outside. So that goes down as a miss. And Brazil are back level at 19s. Reverse set that time. Roberta back into play. Ana Beatriz, and from a very deep position. Coming in from position 1 there. Tandara trying to hit it. Now she's going to set it. Roberta, tip. That's well dug out by Shimamura. And they've gone down the line again, but it was wide. Yet another challenge. Japan worked that same combination, and it might well be the same outcome. the little finger of Roberta? Yes, it does. All right to challenge it. Again, just the sense of a change in atmosphere. The hush descends on the arena. A delicate time in this match from a Brazilian point of view. Japan leading 2019. Backcourt fight. That makes them feel a little happier. I make that the 21st point of this match for Tandara. No one was digging that away. It's already gone 5 better, Tandara, than Italia against Germany. Oh, floating serve, and it flummoxed them all back court. So all of a sudden it's Brazil back in the lead. Inoue went across to try and defend it. Roberta to serve here for Brazil. Reverse on the set. Suellen digs it. There's Roberta for Tandara. Oh, right on the paint. That goes down as wonderful defense if they get it. Tandara crashes that down against Takahashi, and it comes straight back over the net. Wow, that's a Japanese point, and what a point. Yeah, no wonder there are handshakes and plaudits. A block that turns into a point. Dropping back apologetically over the net. That's why the leave is always risky. 21-21 here. Who's going to push on and take set 3? Psychologically, it'll be a blow for whoever loses. Tandara racks up another point for her personal. Comes off the block, off the hand of Mayo Kimura. 22-21. Set, block, kill. Brazil go 2 clear. The two-hander. Again, from Brazil's point of view, doesn't quite matter who gets that defensive touch in, as long as somebody does. Might have been Ade there, right on the net. Chance here for Japan. Oh, they've not got it. Good defense, though. Brazil have kept that going. Now the reverse set. Suellen back up into that mixer. And the opposite libero can't dig. Inoue. So the first of 3 set points here. Brazil on the verge of turning the tables on their guests, who took the opening set. There's the sets, and that's the first set point save from Japan. just about found the seam through the two net blockers there. Oh, 2 set points saved. And will it be third time for Japan? That was a joust. There just seemed to be a little bit of hesitancy there from Roberta. Desperate not to touch the net. Say Roberto with an important talk in his timeout here. Japan on serve with Yuki Ishii of Hisamitsu Springs. Club that provide 3 players to this Japanese 14-woman party here in Sao Paulo in Brazil. Deep serve. Can Brazil do it on their 3rd set points? They've just made it very hard work at the end. They threatened to shoot themselves in the foot, but they've turned this match around now. They have control, our Brazilian hosts in Sao Paulo here in Pool 4. And having lost the opening set 25-22 here against Japan, they've taken the next 2, 25-18 and now 25-23. One more set, they win that, Brazil will be off the mark in their home leg of the Volleyball Nations League. More attacking quality on both sides of the net in that 3rd set. 14 spikes to Brazil's 13 and 5 mistakes that time round from the Japanese. 2 more than Brazil. So the momentum now is very much behind the home side. So the normal combination, the normal route for Brazil is the setter gets it out for Tandara. It's been even sharper than on match day 1. As Tandara Caixeta of Brazil, top scoring again with 22. And you look at Ade, 9. And that is level with the opponent errors count as far as the Brazilians are concerned. For Japan, Serena Koga top scored with 14 off 13 attacks. Brazil have swung this contest in their favour. After losing the opening set to Japan, they've won the next two and are looking to win this set to win the match. Roberta serving, Brazil 2-1. Very good block. Strong start to this set. Ishii came in. She might have felt she was going to just thread that through the seam. Not a bit of it though. Power block from Ade. So that high free ball which enables the Japanese six to get themselves back in position. That first touch was loose. Almost a 1-2 there between Ishii and Tashiro. The high shot that comes over the net, and from that point on the Brazilians can get their formation and work the attack that they want. The Japanese have won only 2 of their last 9 major world level matches played in Brazil. Both in the Rio Olympics 2016. Straight sets victories over Argentina and Cameroon both. Tandara just scoops that ball to back court. Then the reverse and the tip. There wasn't enough conviction behind it. Tip comes from the other side from Ishii. Suellen sets it. Tandara. Double touch. Roberta, that's a good defensive touch. Suellen, Tandara goes cross-court again, but it's well blocked out by Tashiro. But all of a sudden, they've just stepped up and their foot down on the gas with Ade. A lovely kill block there. Comes off that left wrist, doesn't it? Down, straight into the turf. Tip. Oh, brilliant from Suellen. What anticipation and what dexterity as well to get there. Slide in and keep it going. And that sets up the attack. So although there's an unforced error to end it, a lot of credit there goes to Suellen, the Brazilian libero. Steps a meter and a half inside the baseline there, but the Japanese attacker couldn't find that empty court.
Libero is moving inside and they are making this defense, so this zone is empty. If you need to push or hit, now you can make roll shot or push to zone 5. Out of system mode. In system, libero is long. Okay?
Stars of the future, maybe, enjoying the chance to see their heroes at home. They better enjoy it while it lasts for this year, because Brazil jet off. They'll next be in Turkey next week for the next pool and the next round of matches in this preliminary round in the Nations League. They face Turkey, Argentina, Dominican Republic. There'll be the fiery South American matchup there between Brazil and Argentina at the Bashkent Volleyball Hall in Ankara. Japan advantage here, but well, that's very loose from Kanami Toshiro. She gets that nudge all wrong. Japan get their point. They will experience what Brazil are having this week, next week, because the next round of fixtures for Japan will be at home at the Sky Hall in Toyota. They play Belgium, the Netherlands and the United States. That run of matches starts next Tuesday. They seem in a greedy mood here to get this done and dusted, the Brazilians. And there's a more relaxed air about them after the worry of losing that opening set. That's one way to stay incognito. Ade serving here for Brazil. Yeah, Japan need to creep back into this set because it's threatening to run away from them. Roberta, and Amanda comes in to seal that point off the blocker. She got over the shot well. Joust, oh, was that wide? Again, there wasn't much in that. Kanami Toshiro just tries to tip it. Okamura there too. Well, she's dabbed that down. It was wide, but whether there was a Brazilian touch on the way through is the big question. Didn't look like there was. 10-3. And the lead is 7 at the start of set number 4. Tandara, free ball for Brazil. A little bit loose at the net. There comes the tip. Not quite winding in as they were. Tandara, she's blocked away. 3 defenders right on top of the net. Amanda can't make the kill again for Brazil. Sue Ellen defends. And Tandara, the backcourt pipe, thumps it through. That was never close to landing inside the baseline. Great save, though, again from Sue Ellen. Well, she had 3 to try and get through there, Tandara. Couldn't manage it, but, well, that mistake is cancelled out straight away, and it's as you were. They were aware of the high stakes here, the Brazilians, surely. Roberta just has to get out of the way of Sue Ellen. Only once the Brazilians had lost consecutive major world level matches in front of their own supporters. And that happened all the way back in 1960. They lost 4 in a row. All played in Rio, by the way. Match number 3, that was against Japan. Well, all of a sudden the Japanese machine is misfiring. It's another swing, which I'm afraid Saori Takahashi gets all wrong.
Because they are kind of out of system was they are coming good for parallel, so they cannot test 9. They are losing the rhythm.
Seems to be an issue, a problem with morale in the Japanese squad. That goes for Japanese teams across a variety of sports. Brazilians, as we know, are a very emotional race. It can be a plus and a minus when it comes to handling the pressure, the big major level occasions. There's no doubt, though, that the trajectory of this match has changed completely by the time we've reached the 4th set here. Brazil are on their way to a 3-1 victory. Roberta, good blocking at the net there from the Japanese, and Roberta once more. The Japanese team dig back in. Up and off the net, not once but twice. Float serve, double tip combination, once with a set and then with the attacking shot. Sue Ellen, free ball. Japan waste it. There was a touch off the block and they get a little bit lucky there. Shimamura able to wheel away in absolute delight, but goodness me, they called a break there because there was a touch on that block. Merest touch, but that's all it takes off the fingertips of Drusilla Costa. Roberta, straightforward combination, but Drusilla can't find a way over the net. It's well blocked off again. Japan just raising their level. Back to 13-7 now, so the gap is 6. And it'll be Japan on serve. Trying to reverse set that time. Now will the court players get back in position? Then the AB. Sue Ellen reverses it. And that lands right in the net. Drusilla Costa will take the credit there for Brazil. Operating there as the outside in the rotation. Gets that down. Well, she manages to just weave it past Topinaga and Shimamura. Good block again. Drusilla Costa, strong, over in position 4. Great defense. The angling of the arms and the hands from Ade. (15-7). Almost the ace, not quite. Well, that's a great save. Back over from Tandara. Disguised set. Can't make it count though, Japan there. Inoue, brilliant dig. The Japanese libero. Another wonderful rally here. And Brazil are the ones celebrating at the end of it. Amanda again. Well, that initially was the save. 2 saves, actually, that go into the net. And just look at that. Shimamura wheeling away there. She actually celebrates, doesn't she? But that is a quite fabulous dig from Amanda. And quite fitting that she should come in and then claim the point. Amanda with 8 for her personal tally. Tandara, by the way, sitting on 24. We can see that the Japanese have requested a challenge. Oh. Behind that 3-meter line. So the technical timeout upsets the rhythm of both teams, in truth. So who'll be able to just zone in again here, with Brazil in a commanding position in set 4. Ana Beatriz will serve next here for the host nation. Absolutely fascinating matchup with the Serbians. That's the match that rounds out this competition in their home leg tomorrow for Brazil. officials see. 100% charged as well. They remember the charging.
Okay. Okay. Checking the tablet. No es correcto. The tablet no es correcta. Okay.
Away we go then with Ana Beatriz. Brazil leading and on their way to a victory in 4 sets. Set, tip. Just inside the line. Drusilla Costa finds it. That's just about perfect, isn't it? Roberta sets. There she goes again, Drusilla. Motoring on now, and the end is in sight. Double-digit lead. That reverse swipe, the tap over from Shimomura doesn't find its target. And from that point on, Japan were always second best, or looking second best in that rally. 18-7. Another serve from Ana Beatriz. Doing well on serve at present, and it's all going Brazil's way. It's strange when the tables turn, everything seems to be going your way. That could have come off the wrist and gone anywhere, but it drops over the head of the defender, and it makes for a very nice point. Well, a very nice point comes in on the other side of the net from Takahashi. Saw the open court, lands the winner. Serve from Tominaga. Tip, beautiful. Tandara. The firepower and the finesse. And it just draws the defender at one into the net. Beats her as well. That's a great dig. No, it didn't hit the turf. It was brilliantly saved that by Ishii. And they want to challenge. It did look like an amazing piece of defending, in fairness. Well, he's been able to turn this particular match as Zé Roberto, the coach. Good strength of character from his team after Japan won this opening set, remember. But Brazil on their way to 3 in a row. It's off the court, isn't it? They were right to challenge. It's just impossible to tell the speed at which that action happens with the naked eye. 28 here. Brazil have roared through the full set.
The assistant coach. No more standing, please. No more. The assistant coach. Thank you.
Roberta just finds the fingertips of Ishii. Brazil move in closer. And Japanese heads have gone now, I think. Pushing on towards the half-hour mark. Longest set tonight was the third set, which ran to 34 minutes. Ishii off the block. Japan need that. But it's just a matter of when, not if now, really, for Brazil. And how many more Japan can get back before Brazil are able to take this match. Off the block, Roberta back in. Sue Ellen, it's the reverse switch. Good block, oh. Shimamura. Shot went past Ishii, but hit Haruya Shimamura. Two of them couldn't save it. A terrific roar here for Jacquet. Second named libero in this 14-player squad this week. Massively popular. Jacquet Pereira de Carvalho Endres. 86 cap tonight. 14 appearances at Olympic Games. Roberta, there's the finish. Brazil within two now of victory. Not far to go now for Brazil. Match point for the reset. No, not quite. And that's the reset in terms of getting back on track after the Germany defeat. Stay of execution. For the time being from Serena Koga, so one match point saved. Got another 13 of them. Back over it comes, free ball. Roberta with the set. Who's going to get the glory? In the end, it's Amanda. Brazil are off the mark at home in Sao Paulo in the Volleyball Nations League. They've beaten Japan by 3-1. They lost the first set, but then hit 3 on the bounce. Relief more than anything, I think, to get their first points on the table. Well, Jackie, an immensely popular addition at the end there. Celebrating with Tandara, who top scored again. 20 attacks, 25 points. Fabulous tournament. Fabulous pool for her personally so far. So there will be a rip-roaring contest in store against Serbia. Last time out for the Brazilians. That will happen tomorrow here in Sao Paulo. We have another match to come. That's Germany against the Serbians. Vital statistics then. It was close, wasn't it? 44 spikes for Japan. Brazil just topping it out. One more with 45. And more mistakes from the Brazilians with 24 as well, as opposed to the 18 for Japan. But the big news, the big statistics, the one that matter is the 3-1 And that's Brazil recovering from their defeat to Germany to beat the Japanese in 4 sets. Brazil have beaten Japan here on day 2 in Pool 4 of the Volleyball Nations League for women in Sao Paulo. So, after the Germany defeat, they have their first victory